What is up, my beardies? How are we doing today? How are we doing? We are out here on the Eahora. We're gonna drive it to Leavenworth all the way to my dad's. Pretty much just gonna test the distance on this thing and see how well it does. So, you guys are on the ride with us. Fresh cut grass smells good. Gotta pick a horrible day to kind of get this up. It's a little windy out. I don't know if you guys can really hear me. Hopefully you guys can.
All right, guys, this is the Eahora M1 two-seat electric chopper. And honestly, this thing looks like somebody shrunk down a Harley and turned it fully electric. But the crazy part is, it's actually packed with more features than most people expect when they first see it. This isn't just some toy e-bike. The M1 comes with a 2,000 watt brushless hub motor with around 95 newton meters of torque. And Eahora says it peaks around 2,700 watts. That means when you hit the throttle, it actually pulls way harder than you'd expect for something this size. You got a 60 volt, 30 amp hour removable lithium battery powering everything, which equals about 1,800 watt hours of capacity. Real world riding obviously depends on rider weight, terrain, wind, and how hard you twist the throttle, but Eahora claims anywhere from around 38 to 55 miles of range depending on speed mode. And speaking of speed, this thing is capable of around 37 miles per hour stock. Some riders online have even reported seeing around 40 miles per hour after unlocking settings or riding downhill, which is honestly wild for a bike that looks as clean and laid back. One thing I really like about this bike is the full chopper styling. You got the ape hanger handlebars, stretched out frame, fat rear tire, low seat height, and that long cruiser look that makes people instantly stare at it when you ride by. And this isn't some flimsy frame either. The whole thing is built on a heavy-duty steel frame, weighing around 180 pounds with the battery installed. Plus it supports up to about 440 pounds total payload. So riding two people is actually realistic on this thing. Now, suspension-wise, Eahora went with adjustable hydraulic suspension front and rear. And honestly that matters because with these chunky tires and cruiser setup, it makes bumps feel way smoother than a lot of moped-style e-bikes. For braking, you're getting hydraulic disc brakes with oversized rotors front and rear. So even though this thing has some weight to it, it still stops surprisingly solid. And check this out, full lighting package too. Headlight, brake light, turn signals, license plate light. Basically everything you'd expect from an actual motorcycle. The display setup is also pretty sick. Dual round LCD gauges give it that old school motorcycle vibe while still showing your speed, battery level, odometer, and ride mode. The rear tire is massive too, way wider than a normal e-bike tire, and it really helps give this thing that aggressive stance. It honestly looks more expensive than it actually is. And one thing people don't realize until they ride something electric like this, the torque is instant. No gears, no clutch, no waiting for power. You just twist the throttle and go. It makes cruising around town ridiculously fun. Another cool feature is the electric cutoff kickstand, so the bike won't accidentally throttle forward while the stand is down. Small detail, but stuff like that makes it feel way more refined. Charging time is roughly 4 to 6 hours with the included smart charger, so you can basically plug in overnight and wake up ready to ride again. And honestly, this thing sits in a weirdly perfect category. It's not a full motorcycle, but it also doesn't feel like a normal bicycle anymore either. It's kind of this perfect in-between cruiser that's just stupid fun to ride. So in this video, we're going to see how it actually performs in the real world, acceleration, comfort, handling, top speed, range, and whether this electric chopper is actually worth the money or just looks cool online.
Positions on the floor, it's like a ride. Ironic, cause I'm someone so proud. I'm hitting with
That's a nice bike. It's nice. Beautiful. We got blinkers. We got blinkers. Yes. Blinkers, headlight, brake lights. And we got a trailer if we break down. And we got a ratchet strap if we need one.
Stand trying to help a nigga you destroy your brother. Working on the people.
Alright guys, wish us luck.
Get you rolled up, understand the way the game turns.
No place.
No question. Yeah. Don't slow down.
No place, no names, no paper trail. Back road, Brad County Jail. Headlight cut when the mood get dark. I don't ride safe, I ride smart. Smart enough to know the line. Dumb enough to cross it twice. City sleep, we wide awake. Rules bend when the rich feel fake. Don't stunt for the internet. I disappear, that's the flex. Gone.
No place, don't that shit. You see me, you missed it. No place, no regret. I don't pause, I don't second guess. No place, just speed and nerve. I don't ask permission, I swear.
No tags flapping, chains stay loud. Middle finger to the crowd, trail the street, dirt to black. Same heartbeat, same attack. They want rules, I want room. They want calm, I want zoom. If the law flash, I don't panic. I calculate, then I vanish. I ain't running, I'm choosing space.
Big deal, you're good. No place, don't act shit. If you see me, you missed it. No place, no regret. I don't pause, I don't second guess. No place, just speed and nerve. I don't ask permission, I swear.
They scared of risk, I'm bored of fear. Life short, vision clear. If I crash, that's on me. At least I lived how I breathe.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate, don't hesitate, don't hesitate. No place mean no disguise. Just instincts and white lines. Every choice slide, every move mine. No committee in my mind. I don't ride reckless, I ride aware. I know the cost, I'm still there. You call it dumb, I call it free. You watch life, I participate. If tonight ain't bad, so be it. I don't half live, I commit.
Send it. No place, no excuse. Every mile tell the truth. No place, no delay. If it feel right, I'm going today. No place. Remember the sound. That's freedom when it come around. He don't ride to be seen. He ride to feel real. If you're looking for him, you're already too late.
Now, after actually riding this thing for a while, I've got some real opinions on it that you probably won't hear on the product page. First off, cruising on smooth pavement feels awesome. The seating position is relaxed, the bike feels planted, and honestly, this is one of the more comfortable electric bikes I've ridden for just casually cruising around town. But the suspension definitely doesn't feel as impressive as it sounds online. They advertise hydraulic suspension front and rear. And while it looks good visually, once you start hitting rough roads, potholes, or uneven pavement, you really feel it. It's pretty stiff and doesn't have a ton of give. So if your roads are rough like mine, expect some bumps to transfer straight into the frame. It's not unbearable, but it's definitely more of a hard cruiser feel than a super soft floating ride. Now, where this bike absolutely redeems itself though, is the seat. The seat on this thing is honestly way more comfortable than most e-bikes I've ridden. Most bikes feel like you're sitting on a brick after a while, but this one actually feels built for cruising. The long padded bench seat makes a huge difference, especially on the longer rides, and having room for two people without feeling cramped is actually pretty nice. And speed-wise, this thing is surprisingly consistent. On flat ground, I was seeing a pretty steady 37 to 38 miles per hour in third mode, which already feels fast on a bike this size. But downhill, this thing wakes up. I almost touched 50 miles per hour bombing a hill in mode 3, and honestly, at those speeds, it starts feeling way more like a motorcycle than an e-bike. And that's really the best way I can describe the M1 overall. It's not perfect. The suspension could definitely be softer, but the comfort, styling, torque, and speed make this thing insanely fun to ride.
I don't hear shit.
Lock in.
Yeah. Low. Helmet on, I don't know no talk. World loud, I don't walk, I chalk. That up the noise, I don't entertain. I've been focused through worse than pain. Everybody got advice for me. Same ones never ride beside of me. I don't argue, I accelerate. Silence louder when I separate. Heartbeat, sync with the motor hum. Problems fade when the road come.
Stay focused.
Helmet on, block it out. No opinions in my route. Helmet on, tunnel vision. Every mile, make the decision. Helmet on, I'm in my zone. Me, the machine, and the road alone. Yeah.
Right there.
Don't look back.
Okay.
They talk big from the sidewalk, say. Never lean with a margin razor. Never risk shit they couldn't replace. Still got nerve to explain my pace. I don't hear hate through pattern and phone. Only truth when I ride it home. I've been lost in my head before. Found peace in the throttle roll. When the doubt start getting bold, I twist hard, let the silence hold.
Shut it off.
Helmet on, block it out. No opinions in my route. Helmet on, tunnel vision. Every mile, make the decision. Helmet on, I'm in my zone. Me, the machine, and the road alone. Just ride.
Okay.
I ain't numb, I just mute the lies. Gotta quiet shit to survive. Everybody want my attention. I give it distance, not explanation.
You don't know nothing.
Visor down, I ain't social. I'm intentional, not hostile. I don't chase clouds, I chase clarity. Speed fix what talk never did for me. If I crash, that's my receipt. Still better than a life half lived. I don't need crowds or a cosign. Just grip tight in the thin white line. When I roll back, dirt on my jeans. Mind calm, that's medicine. Breathe.
Helmet on, I chose peace. Cut the sound, increase speed. Helmet on, no disguise, just instinct and white lines. Helmet on, I'm finally home. In the quiet, I earned alone. You're not lost. You're just unavailable. Yeah. Oh.
So after putting some real miles on the Eahora M1, I ended up making it all the way out to Leavenworth. And honestly, it did better than I expected. By the time I got there, the battery was bouncing between 1 and 2 bars left. So it definitely wasn't fully drained yet. Considering the distance and the way I was riding it, that's actually pretty solid. The whole trip was right around 25 miles using the old highways, and it took me about an hour total. For comparison, GPS says the same trip in a car would take around 40 minutes. So really, this thing wasn't far off. And honestly, that's what surprised me the most about this bike. Once you settle into the ride and just cruise, it's actually a fun experience. You're not just trying to get somewhere fast. You actually get to enjoy the ride itself. Now my opinion on the suspension still hasn't changed. That's definitely the weakest part of this bike in my opinion. On smooth roads it feels fine, but once you start hitting bumps and rough pavement, it gets pretty stiff and rough pretty quick. But overall, it really wasn't a bad ride at all. The seat stayed comfortable, the speed stayed consistent, and the bike handled the distance better than I expected. And this is where things get interesting, because in the next video, I'm going to be riding the upgraded version back home, the Eahora M1P Pro. So we're really going to find out if Eahora improved the suspension, power, comfort, and overall ride quality compared to this one. If you want to see that comparison and the full ride home on the upgraded model, make sure you subscribe, because that video is coming next.
I was made for no downfall, no suspension. So you hit a bump, boy, you hit a bump, feels like your ass is coming off the bike. I made it. We made it.
Tiny shoes are made for tiny feet. My two arms are made for where you.
And before we end this video, I need a favor from you guys. I was looking at my channel analytics, and apparently only about 18% of my watch time is coming from subscribers, while almost 80% is from people who aren't subscribed yet. So basically, a ton of you are watching the videos, but you're still sneaking around here like undercover agents. If you've been enjoying the builds, rides, crashes, chaos, electric bikes, dirt bikes, and all the random stuff we get into over here at Red Beer Moto, hit that subscribe button and help me flip those numbers around. Let's see if we can get that subscriber watch time way up before the next video drops. And trust me, you're going to want to be here for the next one. So hit subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next ride. Peace.